Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Melanie Richardson, and I'm one of the community leaders here in the community of Naranja. And one of the things that we try to do as community leader is bring the community together. As part of this wonderful church, we're trying to work with the community as well as the church in putting activities together that will be helpful for the children and the parents of the children in this community. As you guys know, there has been a lot of crime, a lot of violence, and a lot of aggressive behavior that we've noticed with the students in our area. And this has taken a toll on the housing, it's taken a toll on the pricing of the housing and things that we could provide to our community. So we want to take this opportunity to take our community back. So we need to come up with ideas and activities that are going to be helpful to bring our kids back to where they belong. I also work in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and I'm also seeing in this area not a lot of compliance when it comes to the teachers and the parents being involved and working together to make sure that our kids are educated. Not just in elementary and middle and high school, it starts in preschool. It starts before getting to that level, making sure they're in a preschool where they are learning and they're getting the groundwork so when they get through the first through the third grade, they're able to learn. And a lot of parents are just dropping their kids out to the daycare, doing what they want to do, and then picking them back up and not really working to kind of give our kids what they need educationally. So we all know that this kind of trickles down to other types of behaviors. So we want to see how we can get everyone involved. Many of you who are sitting here today, you guys were here for the event we had on Sunday, where we kind of fed the community and we had some people to come in to try to help us facilitate that. And I found that it didn't really go as well as it needed to. There was a couple of areas that I thought that we needed to work on. One of the areas would be making sure that we have adequate staff to feed the amount of people that we're bringing in. I noticed that we invited a lot, but we didn't have enough to provide. So this kind of left people feeling like they didn't get what they needed. And that is not the message that we want to send across. So we need to find a way that we can look at how many people we're going to have and making sure that the food or wherever we're giving fits, the category of the people that we're having. So do any of you have any feedback on that particular issue that I noticed on Sunday? Did any of you see that we were having issues with the food and how it was handled?
I personally didn't see any issue with it.
Okay, all right.
I thought it was handled very well with the people that we had. It was handled, very well.
And may I ask, where were you located?
I was located, I was assisting everywhere. I was trying to help with the serving of the minister table and assisting the visitors to make sure they had food. I was going from area to area trying to assist the people.
Okay, and your name, please?
I'm Minister Diane Richardson.
Oh, thank you for your comment, Mrs. Diane Richardson. Minister Richardson said she didn't really notice that there was an issue. I think Miss Oliver was she was working in the back. And I think maybe some of the issue probably more so took place in the back because everyone was reverting to the back to try to deal with issues. I would like to ask her, did you see any issues in the back that you thought probably caused the problem in what we were trying to do?
Well,
No, I didn't.
You didn't either? Okay. I guess we just have an imbalance of what people saw and what people felt. One of the things like I said, I did notice was that we had, at one point, we had no one supervising the people that were out front that we were serving. At one point, everyone was in the back area, and the food and everything was kind of left unattended. Okay, so that's an issue because what happens in situations like that, people get more than what they should get. And then when that happens, as you notice, people started taking takeout plates. People started gathering more than what they were supposed to be eating. And we ended up having to get other servers to bring more things out. So when other people who came late or who probably could have come and got to something, there was nothing left. Why? Because these people have really took more than what they need and they didn't think about the next person. Yes.
Okay, I say the problem with that is not the it's the staff in the back, because if you had staff in the back to designate someone to be there, they should have been there. You know, regardless of what need to be done, someone should have been designated to stay at that table, regardless of if they needed help in the back. So someone should have been designated, and then you could avoid that problem of people getting too much.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Richardson. Again, I think that's probably one of the things we should take away from that when we put someone in that position, because there was someone appointed to that. However, that person ended up feeling overwhelmed because it was their first time serving so many people. And so they felt so overwhelmed when the people started to come and ask for a whole bunch of things, they kind of felt overwhelmed and they walked away. And when they walked away, everything was kind of left unattended. So you're absolutely right. Maybe we need to get someone who has more experience in that area to do that. But, and again, how do we control the numbers of people and the food? Because I know at one point we had it where everyone had to sit down and eat. But somewhere along the line, those people that sat down to get food ended up getting food from the other area as well.
Well, the reason why is that because in the future, in the past, what you did, you brought the food from the back. You never had a self-serving thing.
Okay.
You would have it on the table, and they would serve themselves off the table with the food on the table. They didn't have to get up. But this time, they was able to walk and get what they want to get and see what was on there.
Okay.
See, but if you put it before them, have them seated, have the food there, then they can choose what they want. Instead of giving them a choice of, smorgasbord.
Okay. Okay, that's a great idea. Do you think anyone walked away feeling like they weren't, they wasn't served, or?
No, I think they walked away full. They walked away full. They walked away very satisfied with the food.
Okay.
Very satisfied.
They were very excited about the food. Well, I guess we served our purpose in that area. But in the future, we have to look at things that we can do differently. And yes.
And I think another thing is that, we anticipate a loss of people.
Okay.
And we need to, we have more food than normal, so that's a waste of time, money,
Okay.
When we need, the money could go further for something else. We may say we want, it wasn't even 200, you get 200 pieces of chicken feeding 50 people, can you imagine just how much chicken would be left over that you could have saved,
Right.
So really, I think it's best to go less. If you go out, you can always go back and get some,
Okay.
Because if you buy all that, we got many fast food services around here that could, you can look at the crowd and say, you know what, this is what we need. We got too much of this, By looking at the crowd, you can tell. You can't anticipate people because they might say they might come, and then they don't come. And then that's the food. Some people feel left out because their food wasn't used.
Okay. That's another thing, yes.
I think that today, I was thinking something about, what happened on Sunday, but everything was good, but the only problem that I feel is that some people are not used to that. See, no offense, but, some people are so used to being where they taking plates or we fixing plates and we handing the plates, and that's what, they're used to. Mm-hmm. And I would think that the best way to do that, I think the idea that you had when we had the banquet, that's a nice thing to do. But I think that you can use that same idea and put the food across here the way you had it. And you'll have somebody designated to feed the ministers so they don't move. So you sit them down where the ministers are here, and then we had tables in the front of the church where the kids will be there. So you designate someone for kids, someone for the minister table. And then when you get through with that, then that way the rest of the people can come through the line and get just what they want. You have cookies, you have a certain amount of cookies, salad. You have it the same way you had it before. And that way, it probably will run a little smoother. Then they can still get what they want. And you can still have that look because it's time for change. And that's what we're trying to bring about, a time for change, because it's like they so used to, here's a to-go tray, here's this. No, learn to, okay, let's go here. Be elegant. Fix your plate, go sit down, and when you're done, throw your plate in the garbage and go, you know. I mean, but they're so accustomed, like, I gotta have 6 plates, 5 plates, you know. That's
It's not
ridiculous.
appropriate. Right.
So I just feel like the way you did the banquet that you done that time,
Mhm.
I feel that'd be a good way to do it. And that way, if a person is designated for beans, macaroni, or whatever, you have somebody to go out there and get it. You know, go back to the back, bring it out as refill.
Okay.
And like that, I feel like that
That
would be
would
a good
work
way
out.
to do.
Raise your hand if you guys think that's a good idea. Okay.
I mean, that's a time for change, because it's
Mhm.
like, it don't look good to me, you know. You come in here, you got to have these to-go plates. It's time for change.
Mhm.
And it's like, I mean, you were trying to decorate, had the plate, you know, you want to bring that different feel at coming in, but some people just don't catch on to that. I mean, it's time for change.
Yes.
And another thing, Melanie, I think, you know, sodas is okay, but I think they should have juice
Exactly.
Okay.
instead of sodas. you know.
Okay.
Like that picture you had on the end of the table.
Okay.
Yeah, they should have a juice instead of having sodas.
Okay. We'll definitely take that in consideration. Someone else had also mentioned that about having juice rather than having the sodas. Because I noticed that they said a lot of people were just grabbing those
And they
as
weren't
well.
even done with it.
And
I
wasn't
mean,
even
we was
done
pouring
with
out
what they
soda.
had. Yes.
Okay, I think, you know, and I think we discussed it some time ago, and I brought it to your attention, and I don't know where we have to have the same, you know, we need to stick with one menu. That's why the problem
another
comes
thing.
in at.
Mhm.
When over there, you're separating the preacher's food from what the people are
It's the same
bringing.
thing.
And what you need, everybody needs to have the same thing. Preachers and visitors have the same thing, and that would stop a lot of
That's what I
conflict.
figured.
It would be stop a lot. I don't care if you want, you know, it's an anniversary, whatever. People
Same
want
thing.
collard green stuff. Get a meat, a vegetable, a fruit, or whatever they need, and set it there. Because when you have a variety of stuff, people have too many choices. You give them too many choices. Some
Okay.
people you can't give choices. You just got to give it to them like it is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and let it go. And that's then the problem where you will resolve the problem. The problem come when one say, I got this one and then she got that. And you know, when everybody got the same thing, can't nobody say nothing. Get it and go.
Get it and go.
And that'll make your table much better if you do it that way, set it up,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not nothing different.
Nothing
And
else.
then you have the juice, like
Rosetta.
Rosetta said, you know, the juice thing, you had the big ice thing on the end, and they run by, get their ice, their juice, and keep going, you know. That'd be a whole lot easier than having like all this food up here, you know. I mean, I bought rice, and my
Mhm.
rice in the garbage.
No.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, about from Polio about that rice. And,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
onions
You
sour
can-
the
yeah,
rice.
Right.
Mhm.
So I ended up throwing a whole thing of rice in the garbage.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a lot of food that be wasted. Like,
It is a lot of food wasted, so you know, and plus when the people don't come, you know. You talk about feeding the community, that might be another way of going out. We know you got food, go to the community, come across the street, tell them to come. People walking, you know, invite them to come get some food, you know, so that everybody taking food. Invite them, you know, come get some food.
That's a
That's
great
helping the
idea.
community, you know, instead of throwing it away or whatever.
feed them and you
Feed them. You see people, they walking all the time in the street. Offer them some food.
we started
Or
doing
either
that.
fix a plate and take it to them. So here, we have some food left, right in your car. Here's a plate, you know, just give it to the community. That's helping the community.
So when we see that we don't have the turnout, or you know, and we don't have the people that were supposed to come, we need to go out and solicit more, and then try to take the stuff and give it to them. Just don't
Right.
let it go.
Don't let it go.
I think that's a marvelous idea. I think what we probably should do is, because everyone is brainstorming with wonderful ideas, and I think these are things that we could take. So what I'm going to give you guys a 2-minute break, 10-minute break, and I want you to break off into groups of 3 and 2, and 4. You 4 over here, you 3 and you 2. Get in your group and come up and brainstorm with some ideas, and then we'll come back together in about 10 minutes, and then you guys can present to the group, and we'll come up with 3 basic, you know, ideas, one from each group that we want to take for the next meeting, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and take this time to break up in your groups.